absolutely. He's kind of had so many people who he's kind of seen kind of early on and then tried to help as much as possible, and it's just amazing.
It's nice that he does that with young up-and-coming stars as well, you know, people that come, because sometimes you don't get a look in, do you?
No, it's so true, and it's just amazing, as I say, for me, because I kind of started playing piano when I was 6 years old because I used to watch Elton John and go, I want to be able to do that, and so it's just, it's been so surreal, this whole sort of experience.
And you've written a lot of the songs on the album, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Is that something you've always done, or...?
It kind of is. I always saw it less of kind of going, I'm going to write a song, just more like a natural progression, because if you play an instrument, you just get bored of singing other people's songs and you think, oh, I'll just try and do some stuff of my own. That's kind of where it starts, and then obviously when you're writing for an album, then there's kind of different elements that come into it, but yeah, pretty much.
And you've just back from LA as well. What's all that about? Is that for acting, singing?
It was a little bit of both, but I'm going to have to be one of those annoying things, the old coy about it. But I mean, to be honest, it's been really, you know, really exciting, and I kind of made it quite clear a couple of years ago when I left Coronation Street that I wasn't sort of moving into music full time. I was trying to just expand really and mix the two, and what's great is I'm getting the opportunity to do that now, which is brilliant.
So you don't want to get pigeonholed, you want to be able to do everything. How did you find LA though? Because it's interesting to watch people sort of come over and they get wisdom. Did you do loads of meetings with lots of execs and...? Yeah,
a little bit, but I got to see the sites. I've got a picture of me in front of the Hollywood Hills, which is pretty much the only site apart from buildings.
It is really, yeah.
And plastic surgery.
Yes, absolutely.
Lots of plastic surgery.
This is true. You do see a lot of women who can't frown out there.
Yeah. Unlike this show.
Yeah. What do you think about men having plastic surgery?
Men having plastic surgery? I think more and more kind of men are getting more and more metrosexual, and it's a bit more acceptable for guys to kind of wear moisturiser and kind of, I don't know, go for a sunbed and stuff.
That's all right, you know, moisturising, looking after your skin's all right, but, you know, you wouldn't, well, you don't need to.
No, I suppose...
You're gorgeous.
Well, I suppose it's maybe, it's kind of, if you get a bit older and you're a bit, you know, oh, I used to look like this, and
so it's not something you'd rule out, maybe, when you're older?
I don't know, I suppose you can only say it when you get there, really. I mean,
right.
I've not got any wrinkles just yet, but I suppose... and I'm not losing my hair, certainly not losing my hair. So, like, yeah, I suppose maybe. You just never know. I mean, it's never really something I've ever given much thought to.
No, you don't have to do
What about if women, does it, you know, if you were with a girl who had fake everything?
I suppose, I mean, I don't personally think that's very... I wouldn't look for that in a girl, but I suppose I kind of think if I was with someone, I think they were beautiful anyway, so you'd sort of want to persuade them to...
That's lovely.
We're also talking about dreams. Do you sort of dream vividly and remember it? Or?
Occasionally, yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes... I was actually listening, you were talking about, like, that actor's nightmare before. You get that dream.
They all have it, yeah.
Or, like, you're about to go on and do, like, a Shakespearean play where you can't make up the words and no one has a script, you know, before you're about to step up and you're just running around. If only you could see the script, but just no one has one. And it's, yeah, it's true, you do get them quite a lot if you're about to go and perform.
Well, as a young man about town, do you have a man bag? Do you carry a wallet? Would you like a big platform shoe?
A big platform shoe? No. To be honest, I'm just a kind of wallet and phone guy. And I get a little bit OCD about it as well. Before I go leave a room or a taxi, I go do this like mad frantic search, you know, just to check I've got everything. But yeah, I kind of just literally mobile and wallet.
So, Anderson, what's on the cards for you now, then?
Well, I'm going on holiday, which I really need.
Right.
I'm going to go, and then I'm going to get back, and I start a new series for the BBC.
Fantastic.
And that's going to take me up until Christmas. And then there's also kind of quite a few more music things happening at Christmas time, which hopefully might be involving Mr. Elton John again. So yeah.
Wow. Well, listen, the album's out now, isn't it? And the single's released this week. And you're going to perform for us at the end of the show?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Richard Fleeshman, everybody. We'll take a quick break, but coming up, do new mums need their man around, or is it just like having another baby in the house? Back soon. Welcome back to Loose Women this Wednesday. Lunchtime in just a few minutes. We'll be catching up with comedian and Benidorm star Johnny Vegas. And back here to perform a song he's co-written will be Richard Fleeshman. So, Catherine Rake, director of the Fawcett Society, which campaigns for sexual equality, has called for a review of the maternity leave system in a bid to encourage men to take a more active role in caring for newborn children. Currently, it's only mothers in Britain who can take a year's leave, with men on the whole having to manage on up to 2 weeks. Well, this is well short of most other European countries. So, is it time to bring dads in line with mums? or could you not wait for Daddy to go back to work?
Well, I think it would be nice for a little bit longer than 2 weeks. I think that would be nice. I wouldn't know about the year, but I think about a month or a couple of months would be nice. Because you know, when I first had Jessica, I was so tired. I really was in the first couple. You know, first baby. You know, you're so nervous. You don't know what to do. But Jeff was around. He was very hands-on and used to help. I was breastfeeding at the time, so he went, well, I won't be able to help anything there, will I? He said, you do all that, obviously. Well, yes, Jeff. And he said, but when she starts going on the bottle, then I can help. Well, that was forgotten all about. Well, she went, 6 months later, you know, oh, I've got her on the bottle now. Oh, yeah, but she's got your smell, isn't it? She likes you. What's all that about? So, but he did help me. What he used to do when he could help was he used to cook the meals. And so I'd be looking after Jessie doing that, and then he'd come, say, I'm going to do you a nice dinner tonight. And it was always the same. Mashed potato. Mashed potato steak, mashed potato chicken, mashed potato bit of liver, mashed potato... No, everything was mashed potato.
But it was a help,
But it was a help.
Yeah.
At least he was trying. I think it does depend on the man. You know, some men, I think, would be quite happy to leave after a week, let alone 2 weeks. You know, it's whether they've got that... Because it is different. Whatever we say, it is different between men and women. You know, the majority of women have that maternal instinct and... men don't. I mean, they love them, but they go, oh, God, what am I going to do? Yeah. And, you know, with me, who's, you know, with my first husband, it was very different to my second husband.
Was it? In what way?
Well, you know, Shane always, you know, obviously absolutely adores the boys and he loved them, but actually when they were babies, he was completely and utterly useless. You know, bless him. He'd go, hello, my little boy, and then it'd go, and he'd go, Colleen. You know, he actually, one day, I was out, and when I came back, my neighbour next door said, your husband came round and got me out of bed this morning. I said, did he? And she said, yeah, because your baby had pooed and he wanted me to change his nappy. And she got out and came in.
The neighbour?
Yeah, and she got out, this young girl got out, came in her nightgown and changed the baby's nappy and went back to bed.
But do you know what? When
well, that was her story.
When
anyway.
my first time I was in EastEnders. When I was in EastEnders, I got sent away to work. We went to Spain for 10 days. And literally, that's what Jesse was about 1 at the time. And he went to me, I said, like, I've got to go away. He went, what about the baby? I said, well, I'm not taking the baby with me, obviously. Go to work. He went, well, I can't look after her for 10 days. I can't look after her. And she had to go to my mum's because he was so frightened about looking at her. Well, I went, what to cook her? I went, well, you've seen what she eats. She eats food.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it depends on the man. I'm very, very lucky that my husband has turned out to be a fantastic dad, and it's not something you know until it happens, is it? And he's very hands-on, and when I'm at work, he sort of, you know, gets them up and feeds them and takes them to nursery, and he's changing them and bathing them and putting them to bed at night. He's absolutely brilliant. In fact, when I had my first baby, as you say, you don't know what on earth you're doing. You're kind of in shock and exhausted. And when he went back to work after about 10 days, I was crying and begging him not to go. Don't leave me on my own. So I would have liked it a little bit longer, actually.
I have to say, I think that's the minority still, really. And my fear would be if they gave people a year, people like my ex-husband would be all off for a year watching the telly. And I'd still be doing everything
just
myself.
Someone else under your feet.
And yeah, I mean, as I said, I just think that a lot of men, and I think, of course, it's chicken and egg, isn't it? Because if they